Hello and welcome to the IT Governance Podcast for Friday the 16th of September 2022. No interview again this week as it's still just about the summer, if you're not a meteorologist that is, and people are still away, but normal service will be resumed next time. Until then, here's the news. Peter Zatko, Twitter's former head of security, testified before the US Congress on the 13th of September, following the release of an 84-page disclosure in which he accused the social media giant of numerous data security failures. Mr. Zatko, who was fired by Twitter in January 2022, told the Senate Judiciary Committee, "Upon joining Twitter, I discovered that the company had 10 years of overdue critical security issues and it was not making meaningful progress on them. This was a ticking bomb of security vulnerabilities. Twitter's security failures threaten national security, compromise the privacy and security of users, and at times threaten the very continued existence of the company. I also detail that despite these grave threats, Twitter leadership has refused to make the tough but necessary changes to create a secure platform. Instead, Twitter leadership has repeatedly covered up its security failures by duping regulators and lying to users and investors." According to the BBC, Mr. Zatko, who has previously worked for the US government and Google and is well regarded in the information security community, also said during his questioning that half the company had access to users' personal data, yet Twitter does not log the activity of employees who access private data, which makes it difficult to monitor potential espionage. In response to these damning accusations, Twitter commented, "Today's hearing only confirms that Mr. Zatko's allegations are riddled with inconsistencies and inaccuracies. Hardly a robust rebuttal." However, whatever truth there is in Mr. Zatko's allegations, they will be considered as part of Elon Musk's case in the forthcoming trial about his proposed takeover of Twitter, so we can hope to hear more about them in due course. The Irish DPC, or Data Protection Commission, has fined Instagram €405 million for violations of the General Data Protection Regulation, following an investigation into Instagram's processing of children's personal data. The investigation, which began in 2020, found that Instagram allowed children aged 13 to 17 to operate business accounts on the platform. According to RTE, this required and/or facilitated the publication of the child user's phone number and/or email address. Secondly, Instagram operated a user registration system that set child users' accounts to public by default, thereby making public the social media content of child users unless the account was otherwise set to private by changing the account privacy settings. In addition to the €405 million fine, the Irish DPC has imposed a reprimand and an order requiring Meta Platforms Ireland Limited to bring its processing into compliance by taking a range of specified remedial actions. Meta commented, "This inquiry focused on old settings that we updated over a year ago, and we've since released many new features to help keep teens safe and their information private. Anyone under 18 automatically has their account set to private when they join Instagram, so only people they know can see what they post, and adults can't message teens who don't follow them. While we've engaged fully with the DPC throughout their inquiry, we disagree with how this fine was calculated and intend to appeal it. We're continuing to carefully review the rest of the decision." It's not quite the largest GDPR fine issued to date. That dubious honour goes to Amazon, which was fined €746 million by Luxembourg's National Commission for Data Protection last July, but it is the largest fine the Irish DPC has ever issued. And you can, incidentally, still enjoy the DPC's posts on its Instagram account, where its profile page links to its guidance on the fundamentals for a child-oriented approach to data processing. InterContinental Hotels Group, which operates the Holiday Inn, InterContinental and Crown Plaza chains, among others, has confirmed that it suffered a cyber attack at the beginning of the month. In a statement issued to the London Stock Exchange, IHG reported that technology systems have been subject to unauthorised activity and that its booking channels and other applications have been significantly disrupted. It continued, IHG has implemented its response plans, is notifying relevant regulatory authorities, and is working closely with its technology suppliers. External specialists have also been engaged to investigate the incident. IHG is working to fully restore all systems as soon as possible and to assess the nature, extent, and impact of the incident. We will be supporting hotel owners and operators as part of our response to the ongoing service disruption. IHG's hotels are still able to operate and take reservations directly. It's still not yet known if any customer data has been compromised, but a tweet from the cybercrime intelligence company Hudson Rock suggests that from over 7 million compromised computers, IHG.com has at least 15 compromised employees and 4,030 compromised users. Finally, two recent reports about cloud security are worth mentioning. According to Sneak's State of Cloud Security report published on the 13th of September, 80% of organizations suffered a serious cloud security incident in the past year. Moreover, 25% are concerned that they've suffered a cloud breach and aren't even aware of it. IBM X-Force's 2022 Cloud Threat Landscape report explains why this figure might be so high. It found that cloud-based vulnerabilities have increased sixfold in the past 6 years, with 26% of successful attacks exploiting unpatched vulnerabilities. If you use cloud services, it's critical to include them in your cyber risk management strategies and to regularly test their security. You can learn more about cloud security on our website at itgovernance.co.uk/cloud-security, where you'll also find details of our cloud configuration penetration test service, which can provide an in-depth health check of your cloud services, and our cloud configuration review service, which will help you identify cloud misconfigurations and vulnerabilities and provide remediation advice for security risks. That was the news, and that's it for this time. As ever, you can get in touch with us either by leaving a comment on the blog or via Twitter at ITGovPod, that's my account, or at ITGovernance, and we'll return in a fortnight. But until then, our archive is on SoundCloud, Amazon Music, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts, and you can find everything you need to implement and maintain cybersecurity defense in depth on our website, itgovernance.co.uk.